We are back for another van build video.
Today we are framing the bed, and in this van we are doing a slide out bed design. You've probably seen some other people do it too, but we are going to do our best to really make this simple and solid. And we just want to bring you along and show you how we're doing it, and hopefully if you're doing something similar, then go get some inspiration.
So let's show you so far our idea slash design.
Yes, because we spent one whole day just staring at it, brainstorming, getting it how we think it should actually go to be the most solid. So we'll just walk you through that.
As you can see, we have, these are our 4 posts, basically what the bed frame is going to rest on. I know you're probably thinking 4x4s, really guys? That's a little overkill. We'd rather be a little overkill and be super strong and work how it's supposed to. So that, yes, that's what we're doing. So basically we're going to notch out these 2x4s on the tops to where on this side we're going to have a 2x4 coming in and it'll seat flush with this. That's going to be the frame, and then we're going to screw these in to the metal of the van, so that way it'll all be super strong, but the weight is actually being bared like on the 4x4 and not just on the screws in the van. So should make it super strong. Okay, so here's what this looks like. So this will be notched out for the 2x4 to go down to this, and then gonna notch out this part on this side, on this side as well, so that way the 2x4 will sit flush with this. I'm doing that on all 4 of them. And then the next one is gonna make like a T, so it's gonna go in the middle of this right here. But I'm gonna get this cut first, so that way we can see it in there, and then I can make the measurement of where I need to cut this slot. There'll be like a line here and here, so that way the 2x6 will sit down into this, and then I can screw like through it this way overall, just to make it as strong as possible. Okay, so here is the notch I was talking about, so that the 2x4 will sit flush right in there. So the one piece will sit in here, and then the next one will come in like this, and then the 4x4 will be supporting it. So I'm excited that we're pretty much ready to start putting this together.
I would consider phase 1 complete. What do you think?
Of the framing of the bed?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think this was phase 1, and now we're gonna go eat lunch, and then we'll come back for phase 2.
How many phases are there?
I think like 3.
Okay.
3, maybe 4 phases.
Well, this is definitely the hardest phase though. Okay, we're back from a much needed lunch break, and we're about to put this back piece on. But before we do that, we're gonna put some wood glue in here. But this is gonna make up the back portion of the bed here. So we already got it cut. I'm gonna put this on, and then I'll show you putting that on in just a second.
I already know Keith wasn't super excited about going into each of these posts at an angle, because that's not how things should probably technically be done. But honestly, I think it's gonna make this even stronger because it's going through 3 pieces of wood in some places, so it's completely sandwiching it.
Yeah, I mean, this is,
and making it so solid.
We're also, I will add to, we're already going overkill with everything on this. Like, you could probably, no joke, put like an elephant on this thing.
Well,
like, this is stronger than, like, we're basically building an inside deck.
Yeah.
So
this is what this looks like. If you don't like it, go tell somebody else, because honestly I think it's just better overall.
Also,
so there's like probably, what is that, 6 screws in here.
Yeah.
And I think 5 over here.
Yeah.
And wood glue.
Also gonna be like wood and like trim covering all of this. You're not gonna see it, so.
Right, it's just making it as strong as possible, which I think is a major key. We have now spent about the past close to 2 hours coming to the conclusion that we are on the right track and doing the right thing per the client that we're building this van for. We wanted to make sure that the bed was at the right height and that it was okay sleeping side to side, that it's only gonna fit about a 5'4" person, which some people may be like, no, I will not accept that. But she was fine with it. I think she'll be living in this van for a pretty long time. It's just her and her dog, and she's only 5 feet tall. So I think that'll be really good for her. In the future, if she went to sell it, she would have to sell it to someone that is a little bit shorter, unless it's a single person willing to sleep more diagonally in the bed. But I think it's good for her. It gives her more living space, and she has a really big dog. So I think overall it's just going to be better for them traveling in here together. So I don't see a problem with it. She didn't see a problem with it. We checked headroom, height you have between the bed and the ceiling. That looked good. So now we are finally ready to secure this thing to the van.
It's about time. This has been something.
The frame is in. How are you feeling about our bed situation?
This thing is strong, man.
It really is. I mean,
I think like right now it might look kind of silly, but I think once we get the slide out part put on and then we have the benches in,
it'll definitely make
once
more
all of
sense.
it's here, it makes more sense. Because like looking at it right now, it seems like this is like a infant, like a toddler's bed.
But you will see that in this video.
Yeah.
All of that will happen in this video.
Yeah. Good morning. I am in the van this morning by myself. Hannah is in our van getting some videos edited. So I'm going to start by building the boxes to box in the wheel wells. We're doing this just because it's really nice to be able to add some insulation in there, but it's also nice because it gives you something square to go off of for the rest of it. Right over these wheel wells we're going to have benches. It's not going to cover the entire wheel well, which is another reason why these boxes are going to be nice, because we'll just be able to cut, you know, a square out of the bench. And then I'll show you. So like right here in this box, so basically the bench is going to start on this side of the bed, and then it's going to come to about here, and then it starts the kitchen. So it'll be easy with the wheel well boxed to be able to just have it square here to go from bench to kitchen. Same over here, the bench, and then there's just going to be a little storage area here. I'm not sure if this is the exact measurement, but there'll just be a little bit of storage here with like a little countertop, kind of like an end table. Now everything's cut. Now we're just gonna sand it and put the boxes for the wheel wells together. We attach the wheel well boxes with pocket holes on the inside so that way you don't see them. And we stuff the box with as much Havelock wool as we can, and then we put a lid on it. Okay, so we've got both of the wheel wells boxed in. We've got them insulated. Now we're gonna start on building the benches. And I've kind of got a little sketch of what the sides are gonna look like. And then I'm gonna try and find a piece of cardboard big enough and make like a template so we can see it in here before we cut into the plywood. So yeah, here's what the wheel well boxes look like. Finished. They look really good.
Yeah, they do.
And then here is my little sketch of the sides of the benches. So once we get those in or cut, then it's just a matter of putting like supports running from side to side. So yeah, if we can get both of these, if we can get the template right and then just make 4 of them, should go pretty fast, but getting it right I think is going to take a little bit of time. So I'm going to start working on that, go from there. Okay, so we've got the first side traced out and it fits. So now we're going to do the other side just by tracing it. So hopefully it's easier than measuring it like last time. And here is the somewhat, it's not even close to being finished product, but here's both sides of the bench with the wheel well box on top of it. I think it looks really good. I wish it didn't take so long, but tomorrow we'll be able to get the same thing done for the other side, and then we'll start to put some pieces like they go in the front that basically tie the two together, so that way we'll have more of a bench. We do have to get some more wood, of course, to do more on this, but yeah, not as much got done today as what I thought would, but it's okay. At least it looks good and works how it's supposed to. So tomorrow we'll finish. Tomorrow morning I'll come out here and we'll get the other side in and go from there. Nice. Alright, just gotta make one more now, and then we'll have all 4 sides. We can start putting things together, start looking good. And they are both in now and they fit perfectly. So now I'm going to cut both of the front pieces that go here. Okay, so we got the front cut now. Now we're going to put them on. Obviously they're not lined up yet, but I did go ahead and get the pocket holes in here that you saw. So we're going to put some wood glue in here, just hold it together with some brad nails, and then we'll be able to pocket hole it through here. And then this side's going to be covered with the kitchen, so you won't see that. That's why we put the pocket holes here. And then on the inside, it'll just be nice and pretty.
Keith has done such a great job on these benches. I know they're not completed yet, but we've at least got the foundation. We do need some more wood to do some of the extra supports, but overall I think they're looking really good. What do you think?
I'm pretty proud of it.
You should
I'm
be.
impressed with it.
They look so good. I know you saw them a little bit when we were putting them together, but there's going to be a back piece on there. Obviously a lid. There's going to be a lid on the seat and on the back, and you should be able to store things in the back of the seat and, well, in the back of the bench and down here in the seat, which honestly, pretty good bit of storage.
There's a lot of storage in there.
Yeah, so makes up for some of the lack of upper cabinets,
Yeah.
which is perfect.
If it wasn't for cutting out the sides, this would have not taken as long. But
True.
like figuring out what the measurements need to be and stuff, and just the overall layout just takes time. So
True. So we are taking the day off tomorrow, but we will be back the following day to finish the bed, so that will still be this video.
finish the bed and continue more on the benches.
Yes. So until then.
Welcome back. I guess to us, to you, I don't know. But we're back at the van today, and yeah, I'm gonna show you a few things that we added since the last time I showed you what things were looking like. We've got some extra supports going across here, and we did go ahead and cut all the slats that are going to be used for the fixed part and the pull-out part. We're using solid red oak for this. It might seem a little excessive. I know a lot of people use plywood, but you know, just going to continue with the theme of a little overkill. I would so much rather be doing more than what's needed than less, and I know the plywood probably would have worked, but I just overall think like this is going to look better, and there's no doubt that it's going to work. So before these could go in, they needed to be sanded down, and since red oak is porous, it has to be finished before going in. Okay, so here's what I was talking about, I don't know if you can see it, but just like slightly just rounding the corners so when it slides it doesn't hit. And I'm going to do that. I did it on all these, and then I'm going to do that on the supports that are going across on the frame. So do the same thing, like round this edge, sand the top a little bit, and then I guess this side doesn't really matter, but just so it's all rounded here, so when it slides it just glides across there. So now that all these are done, I'm gonna kind of spread them out, get it ready to be, yeah, get the whatever that stuff is, the clear coat stuff. Kind of get it ready to put that on. I'm gonna do one coat just on the back, let that dry over basically while we're eating dinner, and then we'll come back out afterwards, and then we can do like top, sides, all that, and then that can sit overnight, and then that'll be the stuff that's pretty that you'll see, because you won't see the bottom obviously. So then that can just sit overnight, come back in the morning and put them in. So let's do it. We used a marine varnish on this, but if we could go back, we would just use a clear polyurethane instead. And that's how, sorry they got the heater on so it's kind of loud, but that's how we're gonna leave it for right now. I'm gonna go inside, we're gonna have dinner, and then I'm hoping that this dries enough so we can flip them over so we can get the other coat on before we go to sleep. That way it has overnight to dry. I'm gonna leave the heater on so hopefully it dries faster. Unfortunately it is cold, so we're facing that dilemma of things not having the right temperature to dry. So before, we're giving the boards a little bit more time to dry. They're just a little tacky, so we've got just a little project we can do. We're just gonna put on these boards that we've got here to kind of finish out the back, and then one across the top. And yeah, it's just a little thing that we can do while it's drying. So.
We really thought we were doing a good thing last night, staying up late and Keith getting, what's it called?
The finish.
Whatever
stuff.
The finish stuff on this is. I forget the name of it, but we thought we were doing a good thing by staying up late and getting that on. But right now, well, today it was 20 degrees in Indiana. So really cold, and even in this barn, it's not really heated, so that meant like things just don't cure the way that you want them to.
Yeah, it just didn't.
It takes so much longer.
Yeah, so we got in here this morning and it wasn't cured. It was still kind of tacky. So we've been kind of just doing like little odd things that we could do.
This wall on the side of the shower, we got that cut today, which that takes a lot of time because you have this curve in the back.
Really what takes the time is making the template for that. So now we have a template so we can use it going forward. So it makes life a little bit easier.
True. So I don't know if you can see this back here, but we put this little piece of wood in back there, and that's an extra support. I don't think you can see it from the back. No. That's an extra support for the bench. And it also just kind of blocks this off, so this goes straight down to the ground. Over here, it didn't turn out as perfectly, but you know, you win some, you lose some. That was because one bench is in a little bit more than the other. So yeah, those are the biggest things that we got done. Sanding these things took I don't know, time. Probably hour and a half.
Yeah. We've also just been very tired today.
Yeah, I don't know what that's about.
I don't know either. But we're getting the slats in. That's our main goal. So the bed will be working.
Yes.
By the end of tonight. And then tomorrow's a big day. Because the rest of this weekend...
super big.
...is big. The fixed slats are finally in, and now we're gonna start the pull-out, the slide-out part. It took us a second to get it perfect, so they're all the same. And also, these are oak, so you have to pre-drill every hole. Don't make the mistake of not doing that, because we almost did. So we got all of the screws in, and yeah, here's the fixed part. Okay, so we have fixed bed here. There's gonna be like some trim that looks fancy that comes up, like that holds the bed in on both sides. But this is the stationary part, and then it pulls out.
This is where you have to do a little finagling.
It's a little tight over here, so we're gonna take a couple off and sand it and make sure it slides better. And we're gonna put felt pads under here, so it will glide smoothly. But it pulls out to a full-size bed, so 53 inches, and then it just pushes back like so.
Beautiful. So with that said, that is all for this video. We will be updating on this, like the whole finished product of things, in future videos, so make sure that you like this video and subscribe to those, because this is going to get a lot prettier along with the rest of the van. So if you want to see that kind of stuff, just subscribe and we'll continue to keep uploading these videos. I don't know, just follow us everywhere. We're constantly updating new content, and we're pretty much at Keith and Hannah with an extra H at the end on everything.
So, thank you guys for watching, and we shall see you in the next one.
See you in the next one. I told you need to laugh at yourself! Laugh at yourself! It's okay! Everything is going to be okay!
Ow! Fuck. I feel like every time I'm talking on this vlog, I'm always out of freaking breath. I don't know what that's about.